That is amazing. Look how many seeds we got out of one seed pod there. Incredible. So that's number one. Taking another dried seed pod. Oh, out they come. Oh, that's amazing. So that's number two. And number three. There we go. So from three little tiny seed pods, we've got what must be a few hundred, maybe knocking on towards 1,000 or more seeds there from those little poppy seed pods. Well, we're at the end of summer here in the school garden, and this little fella, this orange flower, is a Welsh poppy. Not entirely sure why we call it the Welsh poppy. Maybe because it grows well in Wales, that would make sense, or maybe because it's short and good looking, like most of the blokes that live around here. That's my unbiased opinion. So, end of summer, can you just see to the right here, we've got some flowers that have finished, and these are where the Welsh poppy would store its seeds, and they can be quite prolific. They can become almost like a weed, and we like to collect the seed from inside some of these fellas here, so that we can decide where these delightful Welsh weeds grow, and we're kind of developing more and more little kind of drifts of these orange and sometimes yellow flowers around the school, and maybe just not far from the school and the pathways and pavements near to the school. Looks rather lovely. However, we can't collect the seeds from these guys just yet. We need to find one that's dried out. Oh, now he looks like a good contender. I'm not sure if he's scattered his seed yet. Let's have a look. Well, there we are. Kind of stuck between my fingers there. There's fair old crop of seeds there. Probably you can get a couple of hundred seeds, if not more, from one seed head. Let's try another one. So there we are, in the palm of my hand and in between my fingers there, loads of lovely seed, which we're now going to transfer to our highly scientific storage vessel. So there we are. We call this an envelope, and we've written Welsh poppy on the side of there because we grow about 4 different types of poppy here at the school, and then we can just tip. Oh, look at them all! Hundreds and hundreds of seeds into that envelope. Yeah. So make sure you mark it up clearly as to which seeds they are in there. We also fold over the bottom of the envelope a couple of times, because otherwise the seed will make its way out, particularly small seed, out through the side there. So we've got plenty more of these seed heads that we can collect. If you give them a little shake, you can hear the seeds rattling around in there, itching to be distributed. So I'm going to pick a couple of those. And tip them. Wow. You can hear the seed falling down into there. Hundreds and hundreds of poppy seeds. Fantastic. And then we might scatter a few of them around areas that we want to encourage the poppies to grow. We might do some in the autumn, and we might do some in the spring, and we might even try some in some pots of compost. You probably only get a very low germination rate. We might end up with a few thousand seeds in there, and we might end up with 50 young plants out of them, but that's 50 more than we would have had if we hadn't collected the seeds. So very easy to collect seeds this time of the year, and there's lots of different flowers that you can do that with. While we're here, have a quick look at the sweet peas. So here's the sweet peas that are going over now. They've been lovely through the summer. We'll keep feeding them. We might get some more flowers into the autumn, and we need to pick off the seed pods here, because once they set seed they're less inclined to flower anymore, and we can collect some of that seed that's not quite ready yet, that one there. Let's try and find one that's nice and thick, full of seeds. That's a good one there, nice and fat. You can actually see the seeds in there gradually ripening off. Actually, just across here, here's a couple of pods that I picked earlier in the summer and left to one side, and you can see how the pod has opened up here. You can see how these pods have kind of twisted open, and there's the seeds that are just being released. And in the wild, you know, in natural, they would drop to the ground, and you know, they may or may not make it through the winter. We're going to keep these seeds nice and safe and dry, and see if we can grow some of those next year. So late summer, a great job to do is to collect some seeds and have a go at growing your own. Well, before you go, how's that for a crop of plums then? And if you can see them in this sunlight, but when the staff and the pupils come back next week, there will be plenty of them to choose from. I know there's one member of staff who will be particularly keen, I won't mention any names, Mr. Michael, who will be able to check the quality of these delicious looking plums. It's been a good summer.